so we're parrying this arm across, arms coming overneath the season. For the sake of the drill, partner retreats, we move through and go here. What we're next going to do is a throw that Gichin Funakoshi called Ude-Wa. And it's one of his 9 throws in Karate-Do Kyohan. And as we talked about it yesterday, for those of there, what I'm going to do is the first thing I want his arms up. The reason I want his arms up is because if his arms are low when I shoot in, he can easily parry the takedown. He can choke me, he can grip me and knee me, so I want those arms out of the way. So from the position we're in, this is going to be the next movement. Which is just the same as the form, like sometimes called the bull block or the double head block or whatever you want to call it. Having done that, I'm then move in and I double impact towards the ribs. Exactly like the kata tells me to. And then I'm going to put this foot between my partner's legs. I put my shoulder straight into the kind of where his belt line is, just above. And my hands go onto the back of the knees. As we mentioned yesterday, often when this takedown's performed, people will lift up, which looks good. You know, which I'll just walk that through for a second. You know, kind of go into here and you'll get this. You know, and it looks really nice. And then I can turn him around and I get this bang, a big slam, and it makes a beautiful noise and everyone applauds. You know? But it's not strictly necessary to do that. What you've got to do is, so long as you get a firm grip on the backs of the knees, you push here. What he wants to do is step to regain his balance, and because you've got hold of the backs of the knees, he can't. Is everyone okay with that? So if you're not as strong as the guy, right, and you're not able to lift him all the way, but you just trap the knees. So if we just go from that position again, so I've done the last shoot over there. So it's 1, 2, move to here. Foot needs to be inside the line of his foot. If your foot's here and you pull, bad things happen. You know, the foot just kind of swings up and cracks you, so you want to be there. I'll just do it this time, Chris, just nice and gentle. So just pull from there, down he goes. As he goes down, move in. So you see how I'm right next to his legs here. I don't want to throw him so I'm out here, because what he'll do is he'll kick me with those legs. Yeah? So I want to be here. I don't want to be here for long, because he's still facing me, and that's always a bad idea. So I'm going to take this foot, hook it underneath the heel. I'm going to fling it to one side. I can then kick in and I can run off. Now we've got the bit, I want to add on the end of that, but that's where we were for now. So to do the first part of it one more time, we were doing a shoot-up, which is another shoot-up, arms go up, impact into here, over he goes. Got to put a hit in because we're karateka, it's what we do, yeah? Arm goes underneath, fling it, give him a kick and move away. Been the 2 shoot-overs on this part of the kata. Is everyone okay to give that a play? If you're not sure about your ability to break on the fall, as I mean break the fall, don't break things when you fall, just gently get your partner pushing you sit down out of it. Is everyone okay with that? You know what I mean? Just so I mean, it's a good fall, this one. Just before I move back to the main drill, there's 2 little additions I want to put on the end there for you, just so you've got a complete little pot of knowledge on them, if you like. Well, not complete, but you know, a little bit more substantial. So one of the options, of course, is when you're going from here, is you can grab this, and it kicks that leg backwards. You know, you get this kind of thing. So I can't quite get that one, but I've managed to get hold of the front one. But one of the options that we talked about yesterday, you reach around and grab the back. So at the moment I'm grabbing the belt, but it could just as easily be his clothing or whatever I wanted. But you know, we've got geese on, so the belt would be a good thing to do. What I'm then going to do is I'm going to continue to drive. As I drive, that weight will come off this foot, and it'll make it easy for me to lift it. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to throw this foot behind that leg, so that he can't step. I'm then going to drive this forwards, because then again there's nowhere for him to go. And then over he goes, and I'm back where I was a second ago. Is everyone okay with that? And if you look at it there as a motion, I went 1, 2, and I went to grab, and that didn't work, I did this. So I'm essentially doing the junzuki or oizuki, or whatever you want to call it at the end. Right? Some styles do it sideways on, it's the same thing. You get your leg behind his leg and you push. That's just slightly different angle. So from there again, we've done the shotokan back, that behind him, go from here, he throws that leg back and can't quite get it. So I'm there, and you're this way. Is everyone okay with that? And then again, practically, best thing to do is I don't want him to pull his feet back and start kicking me with him, so I move offline, I give him a kick and I move. But there's some fun things you can do from there, which I'd be remiss if I didn't show you. So we'll have a play with those in a minute as well. There's some that Funakoshi makes reference to as well, so I want to show you them. So for those with a Shotokan background, you're aware of what the founder of your style said you could do from here. If you like WWF wrestling, you're going to love the next move. Is everyone okay to give that a little play? Okay, so I'm going to grab the back of the belt, put the leg behind, drive home. Why it's an interesting technique is, this particular one is Gichin Funakoshi in Karate-Do, My Way of Life. Talks about we talked about yesterday about the wrestling of his youth, the Tagumi, which he said has a close relationship to karate, and some of its training methods karateka should use, you know, provided unique training opportunities, is what Funakoshi said. He mentions how when he watches professional wrestling on television, it reminds him of some of the techniques he did in his Okinawan youth, right? So these are techniques that Funakoshi and other karateka of the day were practicing. And one of the holds he mentions is Ebi Gatame, which translates as shrimp hold. So you know a shrimp kind of bends on itself. Well, that's kind of what happens next, right? It's more commonly known in Western wrestling as the Boston Crab. Right, but that's what it is, and you can do it from this position. So it wouldn't be a technique you would do in self-defense. You might do it in fighting, if you're trying to get a submission, and you might just do it because it's interesting, because Funakoshi did it. So we've got the same kind of idea. We've got there, and again we just take them over. Keep hold of these. Right, so you actually take, well, I do with this then leg, I take this leg, or the other one, doesn't matter which, the camera's there, so I'll step towards it. Instead with this foot, you step over. Right? See the shrimp. Thankfully, that's Chris, not me. And then from there, I'll be very, very gentle. What you do is you sit back. You know, and then when he feels the pain on his spine, that's when he's enough. Do you know what I mean? So you see why they have the shrimp thing, because it looks like a shrimp. Now, I'd never do that in a real fight. I never kind of then sit there and go, well, we'll wait till the police come. Because obviously other people are going to run in and stab me and hit me in the head. But I might do it in dojo sparring. I'll sit down and go, okay, you win. You know, and I might do it because Funakoshi talked about it as a legitimate karate technique and one that should be practiced. So I might do it for historical interest as well. Is everyone okay to give that a go? Yeah, so you basically cinch up both of the ankles, step over, and very gently sit down. Remember that, because we can use it as a way to escape the guard as well, which we'll talk about later. Everyone okay to give that a go? On the leg, roll it over if it happens to come in. In most cases, that'll be your best option. This is one of your options. Roll over, so you sit there, let your partner know that's going to happen, so you suddenly get shocked. Once you've got it here, sit down. Right? And then he has a choice. He either keeps his legs around or his back snaps. You know, so normally they'll let the leg go. Is everyone okay with that? I'm not saying that's the easiest way to do it. I'm not saying that's the best way to do it, but it's a fun way to do it. And it fits with what we were talking about before. Is everyone okay to give a gentle play with that? So you've got to stand right up as well. So they're not, this part of the body is touching the ground. Then step sit. And once you've sat, we'll go from the guard again. So that's also here. Tight hold, so you've got some control over his legs. Step over here. So you'll start to go there. As you start to sit, we'll definitely go. Self-defense-wise, I'm away. Gameplay-wise, well, I'm sitting on him. So I'll keep my weight up as I move around and do something else. Is everyone okay with that? Go play, don't break each other's backs.